Yes, now let us again begin with a cloud day 2. So what we have covered up so far, so we have discussed something like this in previous sessions that we are developing we are preparing the hosting for the PHP developer as of now. And these were the steps that first we need to install the XAMPP. In the XAMPP, we have to start the Apache and MySQL. Then we need to go for the PHP code. We need to use the Notepad++ or VS Code. Then we need to find out the PHP Hello World program that we have find out from the double free schools. Then we have uploaded that particular files to the local server. That was inside the C drive slash XAMPP slash htdoc slash web1. Web1 was my website. Then I tested that particular website live on my local PC. So that many task is already over. So now let us go to the next task. So now point number 6, we need to install the virtual VMware. So now what is virtual VMware? That things we need to discuss first. Virtual VMware is the particular virtual environment software that is required to run the multiple operating systems parallelly. So let us go to the Google. So this is the virtual VMware website basically that we need to download it, that we need to install it. We need to use the virtual VM workstations for the PC and we need to download it. We need to install that particular software. Once we install the virtual VMware software, we will find some of the interface to upload that particular operating system image. So first step, download virtual VMware. That is step number 6. Then we need to install the Ubuntu into the virtual VMware. But how we can install the Ubuntu? So for the same, we need to download Ubuntu ISO. So ISO is the particular image we can say as a, so that image we need to download it. So currently you can see the things particular this version is available. We need to download that ISO file. That ISO file size will be always larger one. So that file, ISO file, we need to upload into the VMware. Then you need to check out something like how to install Ubuntu on VirtualBox. So here are the guidance. These are the steps to install Ubuntu on virtual VMware. So this is the virtual VMware screens. So here the instruction is there. So instruction is very simple. You need to click on a new. That means you want to install the new operating system. So that is a new. Then here we need to give the operating system name specifically. So that we can write it down as a Ubuntu. Type is the Linux. Then we need to select the versions. We need to click on a next. We need to assign the memory over here. So what is that memory assignment basically? Memory assignment is a simple one that whenever you have the, for example, 8 GB or 16 GB RAM on your main PC, so virtual VMware will allocate half of the memory to the new operating system, whatever the operating system you are installing. For example, you are installing the Ubuntu and you have total 8 GB RAM. So you need to assign 4 GB to that particular Ubuntu. Whatever the RAM you are allocating, that much RAM that Ubuntu can access it out. So that will be the logical partition of your RAM. Then hard disk size we need to add it because again operating system need a hard disk. So that will be used from your hard disk side. For example, your hard disk is of let's say 80 GB and you are allocating 10 GB to them. So 10 GB will be allocated directly to the Ubuntu. Later on, you can create a multiple hard drive, multiple things that is possible in a later on part. Then particular image file you need to select it. Then whatever the file you have downloaded, that file you need to upload it over here. So that will be the image file. Image file, that means the one kind of operating system setup file, and then you need to click next to install that particular operating system, and finally you need to click on a start button to start the Ubuntu. So once you start the Ubuntu, your Ubuntu will be running like this. This is the first time running of the Ubuntu on your virtual VMware. So this is the startup. Here you need to set up the password. So installation is done, and now your Ubuntu is ready. So this many steps you need to follow it to install Ubuntu on your virtual VM box. So this is why we are doing such activity, because whenever you are going for the cloud, online cloud, Amazon cloud or some other cloud, so most of the things they are using the Linux or Ubuntu. So first we need to do the practice on local end, then we can go for the practice on a online VMware. So online Amazon is doing the same process, but instead of virtual VMware, they are using AWS, some of the services of the AWS that we will discover later on part. So these once point number 6 and 7 is done, then we need to check out the Ubuntu commands. So in a Ubuntu, there are the terminals available. So whenever you are opening that particular Ubuntu, so here in Ubuntu terminals are available. So this is the terminal specifically. So using terminal, we can able to write down the commands. So let us go for the let me open some of the online terminal. So that is for the testing purpose. So basic commands we can run it over here. So this is the terminal. So using this particular terminal, we can do some practice. Right now for the online, the same thing you need to do on a Ubuntu. So Ubuntu terminal, this will be the screens. Let me show you the image of the terminal. So this will be your terminal in a Ubuntu. You need to go to the menu and you need to open the terminal. This will be the terminal. Same terminal is all available over here. This is for just for practice purpose. So you need to find out so that you need to learn the commands of the Ubuntu. So now let us search out the Ubuntu terminal commands tutorial. So these are the commands for the beginners. We need to understand some of the commands. So whenever you are writing command, then terminal will be prompted. Then this is the terminal opening. So we need to write it down something like this. So this will be the command. So let us check out some of the commands. So we want to clear the screens. We need to write it down the clear. So let me go to this particular terminal, online terminal. I'm writing the clear, and now the screen is clear. So this is the one of the command. Then for example, man and command name. So what is the main command? So to get the more information of the main command, then you need to write down some hyphen, something like this. So the ls command is the man ls. That means ls command is the directory listing command, but you want a manual of that particular ls command. So you can able to find out. Suppose you don't know about command details, then you need to write it down man. That is called as a manual and ls. So it will display the details of that particular ms. But here the case is that this is the online, so it is not displaying that on informations. But whenever you are trying on a your terminal, it will display the information also. This is the find option is there. Who am I? So this is basically for the users, currently logged in users. So that you need to check out on online also. Whenever you are doing it online, who is logged in? So who am I? So that command you can use it. So here some of the information webmaster is there, but it will be something restricted because this is the online versions. Then PWD, that means present current working directory. So my PWD is something like this. So I am working on a homes CG root. Your folder directory will be the different one. Then you need to go to the next. And you need to complete this particular tutorial because this tutorial will explain you so many commands. So just you need to go through that particular commands. Some advanced command will also be there. This is the chmod command. This is the most important command as a cloud developer because you need to change the permissions of the particular file. Without changing the file permissions, you won't be able to write it down because Ubuntu and Linux is not providing the writing permission directly. By default, writing permission is not there. You need to apply that writing permission, then and then you can able to update that particular file. So you need to understand each and everything over here. So many things are there. Just go through the command and try to finish out as much command as you can. You can also look for some of the PDF. So here particular command PDF is also available. So this is the PDF versions. So some of the websites are already providing that particular PDF tutorials. Just go through it. So here is a so many details are available about the Ubuntu. You need to learn out everything about the Ubuntu also. So this is the best one of the tutorial. I can check it out. So everything will be explained over here. Go through it, learn out the commands. Then you need to install the Apache over there into the Ubuntu. So that things you have already done with the Windows. Well, the same thing you need to apply on a Apache on a Ubuntu. So for the same, what you need to do? Let me give you some of the reference. Install Apache in Ubuntu. So here so many tutorial will be there. So this is the first command you need to use it. That command you need to execute on terminal. Sudo su. So sudo su command will make you the super user. Once you are the super user, you can install some of the packages. If you are not super user, you won't be able to install it out. So whenever you are writing sudo su, it will ask for the password. So whenever you are installing the Ubuntu, it will ask for the password, the same password that is called as a root password. That you need to enter it over here. Then you need to use the command sudo apt update. That will update the package list. Internal package list, it will be updated. Then you need to install the command sudo apt install and then package name. That Apache 2 is the package name. In Windows, we are saying XAMPP and Apache. So we are starting that Apache. But here in case of Ubuntu, you need to write down this command onto the particular terminal. So it will download that Apache 2 library from the server and it will install on your Ubuntu. Then you need to check out the status. So by using this particular command, you can able to check out the status, whether that particular Apache is running or not. The same things we have done on a Windows XAMPP. In a XAMPP, if it is a green color, that means that Apache is running. But here we need to write down the command. So we need to remember that command also. So here it is running perfectly. System is saying that particular it is active running, and then it is open 127.0.0.1. That means that default Ubuntu page is open. So that means your server, Apache server, is running successfully. So these are the steps to install the Apache. Then you need to upload the PHP program over there. That means again Ubuntu is on a local PC. So you need to find out the particular path where that Ubuntu is installed. On that particular locations, you need to create one particular file. That file will be file1.php, and then after you need to open 127.0.0.1 slash whatever the file name you have written, or you can say as a web1, then particular file name. So the same process you need to perform on your particular Ubuntu. So this will be the testing of your particular PHP program using Apache on Ubuntu. That Ubuntu is available on virtual VM box right now. Any questions? Fine. So understood all the concepts. So let us conclude the sessions.